Good evening and welcome back to Hux Media. Before I start this video, I want to apologise for the lack of normal programming in the last 2 weeks. This was because I was away for a short while and couldn't make content as easily. I hope you did enjoy the videos that were uploaded in this break however, but normal uploading has restarted from now, and why not kick it off with a bonus video where we discuss the switch to digital television and what's to come in the future. Recently it was announced that BBC4 and CBBC will become online channels and will be dropped from linear television. We know this is to cut costs, which the BBC needs to do as it's losing public funding through the licence fee when the Royal Charter expires in 2027. But in the long term, does this mean that well-known channels like BBC, ITV and Channel 4 could ultimately just become streaming services like Netflix or Disney+? To look into this further, we need to see the first step into the transition to digital TV. In the late 90s, analogue television was, to put it shortly and quite honestly, kind of boring. There were only 5 channels, the first 2 BBCs, ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5. A transition needed to take place as digital TV was better and could include hundreds of channels. In Britain, channels slowly transitioned from using analogue waves to digital signals. So how about we see how different channels in the UK switched to digital? We'll start with BBC One as it was the one to start it all.
This is BBC One Northern Ireland, where programmes will continue in a few moments, unless you're watching on analogue television. The final stage of digital switchover is about to get underway. In a few moments we'll be turning off this and all remaining analogue channels forever, and overnight turning on the remaining new high-power Freeview transmitters. This will mean there'll be disruption to some services on Freeview through the night, and you may need to retune your TV or set-top box tomorrow. Satellite and cable viewers are not affected. If you or someone you know needs help or advice with switching to digital or with retuning, you can contact Digital UK on 08456 50 50 50 from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Calls cost up to 5 pence per minute for most landlines, though calls from mobiles may cost considerably more. You can also visit the website at digitaluk.co.uk, which has information on how to retune.
Of course, this wasn't the very start of digital TV for BBC One, but rather the last of analogue TV. And not every region ended at the same time, as here we see a clip from Northern Ireland. People in 2010 were mostly still watching digital television, but some were still watching analogue. Does this mean that whenever linear TV ends in the future, there will still be people who won't want to adapt to that change? In 1998, the BBC took advantage of digital television by launching 2 new channels exclusive to digital, BBC Choice and BBC Knowledge, which would then go on to become BBC 3 and 4. In 2016, as you may know, BBC 3 was taken off the air to be an online channel, only to be brought back 6 years later in 2022. But is it too late now? Should some channels only be exclusive to streaming until television dies out altogether and we can all just rely on streaming services? In retrospect, it isn't too much of a stretch to suggest that in 10 or 20 years, as more people have access to the internet, for, just like how analogue turned completely to digital, television will turn from linear to streaming. Well, that's all for this bonus video. I'll see you on Sunday as usual, and until then, I've been Hux Media, and wherever you are, I want to wish you a good night. Good night.